Hey there, this is your Avon lady, Chris Arnold, and this morning I wanted to give you some tips on a no makeup look featuring our new Birthday Balm Lip Crayons that we have in 6 great kind of nude colors. So first step was I did my skincare, and so I prepped this morning with the Belief Aqua Balm as my moisturizer and the Vitamin C Brightening Eye Serum under the eye to help with my dark circles there. And then I did my Vital Day lotion for my sunscreen because I'm going to be outside a lot today on a very sunny day. And lastly, I primed with the Vitamin C Moisturizing Illuminating Primer. So that's kind of like your multi-step there. So for me, a no makeup look is something I do when I want to do kind of a quick look. I still want to look polished and done for the day, but don't necessarily want to look like I have a lot of makeup on. So I'm still going to do, some foundation. Some people no makeup look is, super quick, being able to skip foundation. For some people, it's really still that full face of foundation that you're going for, the most flawless look you can get. I go kind of somewhere in between that. I want to even out my skin tone and just kind of freshen up my face a little bit, but not necessarily go with a full makeup look. But one thing I do to kind of prep a no makeup look is I'm probably going to use a little bit more primer than I do normally because I'm not taking advantage of a really full coverage foundation. And this is actually a pretty common step. I do this most every day. This is the Tone Up Primer in pink. And I actually use this in my under eye area to kind of brighten that area and even it out, make it closer to matching the rest of my face. So I just put it kind of just like you would a concealer in that kind of triangle pattern out from that inner corner there. And you can kind of see the difference. They're just a little bit brighter, a little bit more evened, blended in with the rest of my face, and it really helps take out the blueness under the eyes there. So, and then I'll usually get a little bit of it. I've got these dark spots in the inner corner of my eye there, so I'll cover those. But we have a whole set of color correcting toners, or tone up primers. We have the pink, we have a green, which is great for removing redness, and the purple that I don't have is for like if you have like the yellowy sallow look that you want to balance out there. So, but I use the pink, like I said, pretty regularly just to kind of even out the under eye area, because I know I'm never going to completely, that my bags under my eyes are so sunk back behind my cheekbones that I'm never going to completely blend them in, but this helps even out the color a bit. Sometimes when I'm doing a no makeup look, I will follow with like a regular all over illuminating primer. With the Vitamin C Moisturizing Illuminating Primer, you kind of get all of that in one. It's not like an intense illumination like you would get with the VDL Lumalayer primer or anything like that. The other thing that I might do if I'm going for a no makeup look, especially on a day like today where it's going to be kind of warm outside and I'm going to be outside a lot, is I'll use like the Magic's Prime or the Ink Lasting Primer that gives more of a base, more of a matte base, and helps prevent some of that shine that you get throughout the day, especially when you get a little bit hot and flush. Get that there. And the Magic's Prime is just a really nice, it helps to smooth out the texture of the skin so that anything you put on after it goes on smoother and doesn't sink into any fine lines or wrinkles, which is why I want to make sure I get it around my crow's feet and also in the lines that have developed around my mouth. I want to kind of blend those in just a little bit more for the forehead there, because that's certainly a spot where I get a little shiny. And I want to make sure sure I get my nose, because my forehead and my nose are obviously, you know, T-zone is where I get the shiniest. So I'll prep that, and then I'm going to follow with the Magic's tint. And not really going for, you know, full coverage, just going to kind of even things out and give a nice kind of even base to the face. So I just take a little bit, I dab it around and blend it out. Make sure I don't have any lines at the edges there. So, and you can see the difference there, so it just kind of blends out some of that redness and the unevenness in the skin tone, but still leaves, you know, you can still see my freckles, you can still... So I would say the Magic's tint is just kind of, you know, your skin, but a little better. I do tend to get a little bit thicker right around the center of the face, just because that tends to be where I have the most redness. So if I haven't gone in with that green tone-up primer to balance some of that out, I'll usually go a little heavier there. And I always make sure that I smooth over really nice the deeper lines, so that I make sure that's not sinking down in those. So, all right, so from there I might do, you know, a little bit more. I take my Magic's wand, and I was just, instead of swiping it because I want a really light coverage, I just get a little bit on my ring finger and tap that in where I want to even out the color just a little bit more. In this case I'm using the marshmallow because I'm using it as a concealer to kind of, you know, bring out this dark shadowed area here. So then I'm, you know, all prepped and ready. I usually, for a no makeup look, will skip eyeliner. I don't really do like a pencil eyeliner for a no makeup look. But what I'll do instead is I'll use a nice dark shade with my eyeliner brush. So I'm skipping the eyeliner, and for my eyes I'm going to use the Monopop eyeshadow palette, and this is in the color Mood Coral. And you see there's the shades in that. So I'm going to start with this really light kind of vanilla shade in the top corner. I'm going to start in this inside corner and then just kind of blend out just under the brow bone, above the crease, just to kind of even that out, even the skin tone on the eyelid there. So not adding a ton of color there, just evening out the color so it doesn't take away with what I'm going to do below the crease on the lid. Okay. And then I'm going to go a little bit pink with my nude, just because my natural coloring lends itself to kind of a pink. But you could also go with like this nice cool beige color here, or even this nice peachy color, medium tone peach there, as your lid color, just depending on what feels most nude to you and what goes best with your coloring. And you could kind of go both ways. I do like a little bit of shimmer for a nude look. Sometimes I'll do an all matte, but I do like a little bit of shimmer just because I think it mimics our natural, like the way our skin is colored anyway, if that makes sense. That it gives a little bit more variation in the shade, so it gives it a little more life. So I usually don't do, you know, this light of a pink on the lid. This would usually be a shade I might use up under the brow bone. but I like this one for a nude look, just because it just gives a little bit of life, even tone. Again, you just want that finished look, not a makeup look. So there's that. Now, if I wanted to give just a little bit of shaping, more shadowing, I'll take this center darker pink here, and I'll just kind of go in from the corner a little bit, just very lightly, just to kind of shade the crease a little bit more. So not as bold or dramatic as I normally would with my crease color, not as big of a, you know, it's much closer to the overall lid color there. So just to give it a little bit of shape. And then I've got my my eyeliner brush, and I'm going to actually use the short, dense end of the brush for this, because I want a very soft look. I don't want a very sharp line. And I'm just going to go with the darkest shade in the palette here, down in the center on the bottom, this dark brown. And I'll come over here in the mirror so I'm sure I'm going the right way. And I'm just going to smudge that along the lash line. And just making sure I get all the way down, like kind of in between the lashes, so I don't have that gap between my liner and my lashes. And I'm not being very, you know, very precise at all, because I'm going to kind of smudge it out, and then I just put a little bit under the eye. And then you can just keep, if at first, you know, it's not as dark or as much definition as you'd like, you just keep, the great thing about the, you know, using the eyeshadow is you just build on that color to get the intensity that you want. And that's really a nice thing about the Monopop eyeshadow palettes anyway, is they are very good buildable colors. So you can get different intensities out of the same shade. Which is really nice, because it just gives you more versatility. Gives you just, you know, a little bit more versatility in your eyeshadows. And another reason that I really kind of like the pink as a nude shade is that because I have hazel eyes, which mine are a mix of green and brown, the pink really kind of brings out the green there. And so then that's all I'm going to do for the eyeshadow. And like I said, for the liner, I'm just going to use that. You know, you could still do, if you really still need a pencil, feel that you need that, do the pencil and then just smudge the powder over it, just to give it that more, less defined, more nude look. Then of course I'm going to follow up with the Wash Off Waterproof Mascara, although, little sneak peek, we have the Love at First Lash Mascara coming in a waterproof soon. I should have the the demo of that in the next couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to trying that, because I do like the way that the Love at First Lash works on my lashes, but you know, my eyes tend to water at the slightest provocation, you know, the first little breeze that goes by, sad thought, you know, not paying attention to what I'm doing, and I poke myself in the eye with something, you know, which could very well happen now because I'm talking while I'm putting on mascara. So I really need a waterproof mascara. I don't really, you know, if you don't have a problem with, you know, you're not in a situation where you might be crying, or you don't have a problem with your eyes watering, in general, we don't recommend waterproof mascara every day, unless you have, you know, maybe allergies or something that makes your eyes water every day, just because waterproof mascara is harder to take off, so it means more rubbing and tugging in the delicate eye area, and so we kind of recommend non-waterproof if you're in that situation. I do notice, you know, I'm now kind of like a little, I'm missing my natural flush on my cheeks, so I am going to use the Moisture Cushion blush in pink and put just a little bit of color back in my cheeks. Again, not going for a lot, just want it to look like my natural flush which is one of the things I really like about this blush is you can do, it's again another buildable shade. You can do just a little bit. So now I've got, you know, that looks a little bit more polished and put together there. So we have 6 shades of these beautiful Birthday Balm lip crayons, and they're all different nude shades. See if I can get them all on the camera for you there. I think yesterday I wore the Surprise, which I think is going to be my go-to shade. But I think today, because I am going a little bit pink, I think I'm going to try Birthday Suit and see how that looks. So, and the Birthday Balm, it's got a nice, it has some non-GMO shea butter in it, so it's a really nice moisturizing feel. Oh yeah, that's perfect for this look. And it does have kind of the traditional slanted lipstick shape, so it goes on really easy. It doesn't have any mineral oils or parabens. I think it's also phthalate free, and it's gluten free, which is actually a really cool, because I do know some people that they've got to be really careful about their cosmetics because they have a medical condition that causes a severe sensitivity to gluten, and they can't use anything with gluten in it, not just things they eat. So that's a really nice benefit to these two. But it gives you a nice gloss, a little bit of tint. It's not like a full color lipstick. Just gives kind of a sheer tint of color, but it's a lot of color. So, you know, so it is a little sheer. It's going to give you a kind of a customized color. I love sheer colors because then you get your natural lip color comes into that, and each time you wear it, it's your color, not anybody else's. So that is my no makeup look. We're using the awesome new Birthday Balm Lip Crayons that we have coming out in campaign 15. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon.